personal touch is very important when compared with the food. If you don't give a good smile to them, it is just like a business. So I always tell my boys also, look at them, so look at their face, smile, they'll be very happy. Everybody says that your food is the best, and having come here without coming to your place, very close by also, they will turn the car and come to our place. So they always keep saying, if I come to this area, the car itself will turn to this place, they will say. I wanted to be always a Saturday. Because we can see more crowd, not because of the business angle. To see the people enjoying our food, their smile on their face, coming into the inspire. I always respect them because in spite of so much of rush, they come and they grab their cup of coffee or breakfast. That is the most lovable. See, my daughter is now 30. I am 62. So we completed 60 of business in the hotel industry. So when she comes to 70, we complete 100 years. That is our main aim.
Hi, welcome to Expressions. The Brahmins Coffee Bar bears testimony to what taste, service, and a personal connect with customers can do for a brand in the difficult business of food. On the Expressions podcast, find out how BCB owner Radhakrishna Adiga is hands-on with his restaurants that dish out the staple idli vada and the secret behind the consistent flavors that have made eager customers queue up since decades. Today, we have the remarkable Radhakrishna Adiga with us on Expressions podcast. Welcome to our podcast.
Thank
I'm
you
very
so
happy
much.
to have you here. We've known Brahmins Coffee Bar, I mean, since a child. We've all grown up coming to Bangalore and going and, having, it's incomplete. A Bangalore trip is incomplete without going to your place. So, what is your food philosophy and how has it grown?
Food is the only thing which can satisfy everybody in the world. So when it is very tasty and goes to their tummy, they feel very comfortable, and when they are filled with the happiness and other things. So that is the most important for anybody in the world, to have food first. And if they are satisfied with the food, the face will always smile. That is the indication of their satisfaction.
True.
And in my hotel, about 100% of the people, when they walk out, we can see the smile on their face.
Yes.
That is the beauty of the food.
So, idli, sambar, vada, chutney are a staple in South India. And what's behind the idea of no sambar at your restaurant?
See, when we started in 1965, I was also very young. I was 1 year and 6 months.
Yes.
The place was very, very, very small. It was a small car garage. So it was about 270 square feet place. And when we started with that, it was only a coffee and bakery products were there. In 1970s, in the beginning of 70, my mother started making upma and chutney. So people started liking the chutney, and they asked us to do some idli also, vada also. So slowly we started only in the morning session, and the second session was always continued with the bakery products. Then the demand was so high that saying that we don't need bakery products, we have other places to have.
Yes.
Please continue with your own products. So because of the small place, there was no this one to hold the hot sambar.
Yeah.
So the chutney was very tasteful, and everybody started liking it. So we continued with the same thing.
Yes, sir. Do you have sambar yourself? And is there a place you go to?
Now somehow many of my family members like only chutney. See, having satisfied with the chutney, and even during the winter season also, see, some people will ask for sambar.
Yes.
Sir, it is very cold, and we like to have sambar, which is
Yes.
very hot.
Yes.
But they only then they come and say, sir, your chutney is very, very best. So we don't need sambar. So people have decided not to make sambar.
Yes.
And of late, some Jains people have started saying that, sir, your chutney is much, much better than, and don't lose your brand by making a sambar also. They are advising us.
Great. So you also other dishes like kesari bath and khaara bath is very popular. So what is the best way to eat and enjoy this?
See, in our hotel, I suggest people to go with one idli, one vada, and half khaara bath and kesari bath.
Okay.
That will satisfy their full stomach and a best coffee of it.
And how would you like to show us?
See, kesari bath is always people sometimes want to have to start with sweet.
Yes.
So that is the beginning of the sweet.
Yes.
And upma is always made of it different types of vegetables.
Yes.
So every 2 hours there will be different batches.
Yes.
So those who want with onion or without onion, they come and have their own quota of upma and all. So that will be with it goes very best with the chutney also. So that is how they start eating. And the
Okay.
idli, as you said, very hot and very fluffy.
Yes.
Vada will be always crispy.
Yes.
So that will be always a good for any breakfast. That is how we try to serve the people, and it was very well with them.
So do we eat with hand, or the best taste would come out?
Given a chance, I would like to have only with the hand. We call it fork. Some people call fork, I saw it, show it and say it's a fike because of the 5 fingers. So they can have with this one. It is their choice. Of late, people have started with only spoons.
Okay.
So it is their choice. Only about 1% of the people love to have, because the last crystal of this one also they'll eat it.
Yes, yes. So we also learned that you gave up water for a year. What was the reason? And
See, I was always thinking of tapasvis in Himalayas and all. Nobody will go and give water for them or
Yes.
food for them. It
Yes.
is only a mind decision. It is a detachable attachment. So I just thought, why not I try that? When they can for ages, why not me try? So I just decision took for 1 year, let me try.
Okay.
I was successful. People always say you have to drink 5 liters of water, 3 liters of
Yes.
water, all those things. But in generally, my father also never used to drink more of water.
Okay.
So that is the heredity maybe also. And I did not feel any thirsty at all.
And you were okay, sir? I mean,
I'm very comfortable. No, doctors always used to say you have to drink.
Yeah.
When I go to temple also, I never used to take the tirtha also.
Oh.
In fact, my sister is also there. She also doesn't take much of water.
Okay.
Maybe 1 or 2 glasses of water a day.
Mm.
Even now, I don't drink much of water.
Okay.
For me, it is continuable without water also.
And so is there a reason why you gave it up? Was there anything that you
See,
were...
certain things I take for myself.
Yes.
So in 2008, January 1st, in US, I decided I will not wear pant anymore.
Okay.
So January 1st, 2008, I decided I will go always with a dhoti, because the tradition of Indian
I was just
dress.
going to ask you
My
that.
father never has to have any pant at all. He used to be, they are all migrated from Udupi.
Yes.
So that was the tradition dress. I wanted to continue my father's this one. So like that, I keep on trying something which I cannot, I can always challenge.
That is...
Never used to go for movies also for decades. Never
Okay.
seen a movie at all
Okay.
since 72. So all these things always creates me to create some small things which I can try.
And you never felt you're missing out?
No,
on
no,
anything?
never. I
Yeah.
have a lot of time in the world to spare my own work instead of wasting 3 hours sitting in the movie theater or whatever.
And so you still wake up at 4 a.m. and...
No, it is 3:45 a.m., not 4 also. Whether I go to sleep at 12 o'clock or at 1 o'clock also, it is my duty to get up when I am in Bangalore. 3:45 get up, go to work and start.
That's incredible.
Sleep is not a major problem with me, because I go to sleep in 30 seconds.
Okay.
And for others, it is a sound sleep. For me,
Yes.
it is a deep sleep.
I mean, we all want that, so that's the ultimate, that you get good sleep. And also, so what is the story behind 5:59 a.m.?
So 5:59 means before 6 o'clock I wanted to open, but now of late I started opening at 5:50, because people who wants to go to railway station or airport, they want some food to pick up and go.
Yeah.
So our item will be ready by 5:40, 5:35 itself.
Yes.
So I don't want my customer to wait. And when they wanted to take it outside and all, they will enjoy it. So ultimately our duty is to satisfy the customers.
Okay.
So I'll give. In fact, last week we served 150 packets of food to flight.
Okay.
They wanted by 6:10, so I
Okay.
gave it on 6:05 itself. because they go for destination wedding and
Yes.
all.
Okay.
It has become a
Not
passion now.
yes,
People to
yes,
carry and eat in the,
yes.
to say that we got Brahmins Tiffin in the flight itself like that.
So we all want to know about your delicious chutney. Tell us a little more.
Chutney was made by my mother. See,
Okay.
about ages maybe about 70, 80 years back. She made some chutney with the coconut and coriander and all those things. It was liked by everybody. The same measurements we have been continuing also now. So that is how the chutney goes always. It's a combination of what is that, dal and coriander leaf.
Yes.
So we call it as hurigadale. I don't know what you call it in English. So that is a combination of
The chutney.
chili
Yeah.
and some shunti also, we call it ginger, all
Yes.
those things combination.
Yeah.
It is measured very perfectly and grinded properly.
That makes it so special, actually.
Yeah.
So, and I think the mother's touch is always special, right?
My that touch, in fact.
And so there's a confusion about upma and khaara bath, right? So what is it? Would
See,
you-
Uppittu is a word derived from Udupi.
Yes.
See, of late when they started mixing with, earlier it was only with the rava and coconut and all those things. But of late people started mixing with some vegetables also to add that. So Uppittu is only the one which it doesn't have vegetables.
Okay.
Upma is, what is that, khaara is called with the vegetables and all those things.
Okay.
We can make khaara with the different types of vegetables.
Okay.
So like tomato, carrot, one batch, green peas with one batch,
Okay.
onion with one batch,
Nice.
and we put even brinjal also. That will be a different taste. Beyond the brinjal one is totally a different flavor.
Wow.
So all those things, every day we make about 7-8 batches. So people who know about our timing, they come particularly and they ask for what is the vegetable. So if they like it, they take it like that.
And these vegetables are from your farm, sir?
No,
No.
of late, no
You-
farm vegetable. We buy it in the market.
So you were into agriculture, you're not now?
I have an agriculture property, but
Yes.
it does not work out properly. Of
Yes.
late, the labor is very hectic,
Yes.
and we don't get a good product from the
Okay.
farmhouse.
Okay.
Only we get lemon and chili. That's it. Other
Okay.
vegetables, if you buy it, procure it outside, will be much cheaper.
Okay.
And not only that, this production will not come to according to our
Yeah.
demand.
Yes.
We need more and more of vegetables, which will not be it will be always a short supply from our farms.
Okay.
So we don't try to depend upon that.
So, sir, how has your experience been with agriculture? Like, was it easy? Was it?
See,
I mean, also
even
use
today,
of
agriculture
pesticides.
is very, 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 very profitable business when
Business.
compared to other industry.
Yes.
But people don't like to get involved because of the mud and all those things. They have a very stigma in their mind.
Yeah.
If they indulge themselves, of late you can see a lot of videos in YouTube and all. People are making so much of money in agriculture. Until unless you don't indulge, you cannot do anything. People are happy with the mall, working in the mall. People have started migrating from villages to, they want always to, their hands should not be dirty. They will always want to have this one AC atmosphere or
Yes.
those things.
Yes.
If they indulge in their own farm, they can make a lot of money.
What about sourcing materials for your kitchen? Is it a challenge when it comes to consistency?
It is when you start involving yourself in the kitchen, it is not a challenge at all.
Okay.
It is always a very comfortable zone.
Yes.
See, until unless you don't involve yourself, you cannot come into kitchen. If you feel that boys will make it and we can just relax at home, it will not be a business. It will always lose your identity.
Yes. And so, how do you react to people if they compare Brahmins Coffee Bar to other brands like MTR or Vidyarthi Bhavan?
See, their type of business is totally different because their
Yes.
products are very more and more of product, and
Yes.
their this one success is with dosa and other things.
Yes.
Here we have only idli, vada, upma and kesari bath.
Yes.
We don't have much challenge,
Yes.
and in business we should not always challenge with people. We should concentrate only on our products.
Yes.
See, you should say, convince the customer saying that it is my product and this is what we have.
Yes.
And the marketing is so important. If a customer comes only for one idli, one vada, we should say that it goes with better with the butter. So have one more idli, butter will be more for that. So like that, you should keep on talking to people and convince them with a smile. So they will also be comfortable. The minute they enter, because in my hotel, most of them are 60 to 70% permanent customers. The minute they are parking their vehicle and coming inside, we give the token what they eat. So when we identify them, they will be very happy. They don't bother about what we give to them also. With a smile, they will collect the token and go to the counter.
So what's your USP? The food or your personal touch?
Personal touch is very important when compared with the food.
Yes, sir.
If you don't give a good smile to them, it is just like a business. It is
Yes.
not an intimacy business.
Yes.
So I always tell my boys also, look at them, so look at their face, smile, and you give it to them. You know, the minute you give it to them, they'll be very happy.
Yes.
Even the parcel, we always tell them, if you are here for more than 3 minutes, we'll say refund the amount. See, that should be our spirit. The people don't have time now of late. They want to be always on their toe. So the minute they are coming in, see, our place is very small. We can hear what they are ordering also. If they say 6 idli, 2 vada, means the parcel will be ready in 30 seconds.
Amazing, sir. And sir, so do your employees also share the same vision as you? I mean, because
I
does
work
impact.
with them, I'll always indulge myself into the counter.
Yes.
So when I start working, I make them to work harder. When I am faster, they will also try to match with me.
Yes,
So that is a
absolutely.
spirit. See, mixing with them and working with them is very, very important.
Yes.
When there is heavy crowd, now of late, my daughter is also joining. My
Okay.
brother's son is also joining. So our ultimate is to satisfy the customers.
Yes.
Give them as fast as possible.
Yes.
See, in some other hotels, they make them sit for wait and all those things. And for example, if there is a requirement of 2 idli and if there is shortage of 6 idli, send him the 2 idli fellow first. So other person can wait for one, at least another single extra. So he will feel that I am identified. So he will
You're
get
at
satisfied.
it,
Yes.
And so what kind of legacy would you want your children to take forward?
See, my daughter is now 30.
Yes.
I am 62. So we completed 60 of business in the hotel industry.
Congratulations.
So when she comes to 70, we complete 100 years. That is our main aim. I told last week my daughter, so you can. So any industry, see, recently MTR completed 100 years.
Yes.
I have that always in my mind. So we had to complete 100 years
Yes.
along with them.
Yes.
Vidyarthi Bhavan has completed 78 years.
Yes.
So we have to go with them.
Yes.
See, there are only few hotels in Bangalore which have completed about 50 and above.
Yes.
So we have to go with the same and catch them. But I know it will complete.
Yes.
Because when the Muhurta was kept, the Pujari of our family, he told my father, sir, this Muhurta you will not get in 100 years.
Wow.
That was the reason which is counting in my mind. So always think that we have to complete 100 years.
And so I also have this confusion. So we also see Brahmins Cafe and a lot of these things. So they are not your family.
They are not ours.
Okay.
In fact, the first one when they started, we just objected. But he said, sir, another 10-15 days we'll remove the place. But they continue with that.
Yes.
Then some people, some advocates and all, they came and advised we will go with the brand so that another people will not come into the picture and all those things. And finally we thought we had to run behind the court. Always. Ultimately in our country there is no penalty for defaulters.
Yes.
Then what is the point in losing our time and energy and money?
Correct.
So ultimately we just put one single board. We don't have branches. That is the main.
And our legend brand is Brahmins Coffee Bar.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And we have put a tag of 1965.
And when celebrities visit, sir, are they given special treatment like a separate area or even personalized service? Because yours is a self-service.
Yeah.
So what about the...
Normally earlier my father-in-law house is next to my hotel only.
Yes.
So we take them to their house and make them comfortable.
Yes.
But of late people come and sit in the car itself. So we go to the car and serve them.
Okay.
That's when CM and politicians, all those things come, picture actors and all those things. We personally go to their car and serve them.
Okay.
That's better than making them uncomfortable in the other house.
And so what's been the best compliment you've received from any of these politicians or famous people who have come to visit? And
Everybody says that your food is the best, and having come here without coming to your place, very close by also, they will turn the car and come to our place. So they always keep saying, if I come to this area, the car itself will turn to this place, they will say.
and who said this, sir?
Many of them.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can count so many people.
Yes. And so, any interesting story for one of the regulars at your restaurant, something that stands out or a life lesson that reflects with your value also?
One of the customer is last 41 years, he is my first customer even today.
Okay.
He is about 88 years, Mr. Chandrasekhar.
Okay.
87 completing and he is entering into 88. So earlier he was very close to the hotel only, he was walking and coming. But about 7-8 years back, he has moved to about 5 kilometers away from our place called Girinagar. From in the morning, he catches a bus and comes to our place very close by and walks and keep on praying for us. That is the beauty of him.
Lovely.
So without giving him the first token, we will not give it to others.
So, sir, how do you build a brand so big and make it last so long in this difficult business of food?
See, basically, when my father started the business,
Yes.
it was for his livelihood.
Yes.
We never knew that it will be growing like that, it become a brand.
Mhm.
So our sincere efforts on serving the people, it has become a brand. So now we don't like to have branches or franchisee model. The one which is giving, which is more than enough. My father used to say, one cow, cleanly you start milking. Don't try to cut off the this one
Yes.
only. So I believe in only one that.
And so you started very young. At the age of 9, you were in the.
Yes.
So, what was your experience feeling when you were doing that?
See, at that time, we wanted to grow bigger, 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 bigger.
Yes.
So we used to see in our school times, other guys, boys used to come with two-wheelers and all
Yeah.
those things. So it was the urge for me to go like that. In fact, when the teacher used to ask me when we promoted into a new class,
Yes.
what are you going to be in future? I was with a confident used to say that I will be doing business. So that is how I started growing. And when we work for the whole week, my father used to give me 1 rupee 50 paise, 1 rupee 25 paise in fact.
Okay.
So that is made me to work. See, if I don't go for
Incentive.
one day also,
Ah.
my father never used to give.
Okay.
So that was how I started going. And during those time, we thought we are losing our school days
Yes.
and this one play, all
Yes.
those things. But today we feel that we never wasted that.
Yes. So even back in your earlier years when you were in school, I read that you made it a mission to ensure that you work hard and you show your dedication, and that also carries. So, what about times now? Like education is so different now. So, is there any take that you have, about strictness, about freedom, and about hard
See,
work?
today's education is totally different what we were having during those days.
Absolutely.
During those time, the teacher used to give so much of support for the students to you have to come up like in life, you have to work harder, all those
Yes.
things. Today's younger generation have their own platform.
Yes.
They can come across with the media and the internet and all those things.
Social media. Yes.
They make their decision and.
Yes.
And without going to the school also, they can do externally pass out all those things.
Yes.
See, this is how they feel education is not a major important for them.
Yes.
They start earning while schooling itself or learning itself. So they get a lot of opportunities. So they will start doing it. During our time, if you don't work, if you don't go to school or learn
Yes.
without any degree, your life is wasted. So like that it was there. With degree only you used to get a job.
Yes.
Now you don't need a degree to get a job.
Yes.
You need only to do some 6 months course or 1 year course
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
You get a lot of opportunity to work.
Yes, absolutely. So in the beginning, when you said that you're going to become a doctor, so what are you doing? You're doing a PhD?
No. It is some university has called for
Okay.
our biodata.
Okay.
So depending upon my service in the industry for
Okay.
for a longer time.
Yes.
So that doctorate they are planning to give. Hopefully I should get it.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You've maintained the same business method for years. Do you see this as a strength or a limitation?
It's a strength. According to me, it is a
Okay.
strength.
Yes, sir. And you don't think that in this time when Gen Alpha are so different, with the introduction of AI, with the introduction of social media, you don't feel the need to run the rat race?
Actually, if you start competing with others, you will be the loser.
Yes.
You have stick to your own principles in business.
Yes.
Start what you are doing, stick to this, but never neglect your business because others are doing much better.
Yes.
You don't think that he is doing much better than us, but stick to your own basics. You will always end. I always compare with the rabbit and the tortoise, so that ultimately tortoise won the race.
Yes, slow
So
and
like
steady.
that, stick to your own basics. Always you can come up in life. And if you think you want to have more and more of money, it is of no use.
Yes, sir.
You start enjoying with your money and principles in life. You can always enjoy your life with good health also.
Yes, absolutely. What role does your family play in the business?
In our family, it's a joint family, but residing very close by only. We always in 15 days try to come to our place and sit, eat together, all those things.
Yes.
Or in either of the, we go to their place and this one. Thank God everybody is jointly together. Business wise, they may be doing different and all those things. Two of them are in the bank and they have resigned and started their own small business.
Okay.
Now they are also closed because of the age.
Okay.
During the COVID time, they closed and they are enjoying their retired life.
Okay. And so how do you unwind as family in the weekends? What do you do?
Weekend means we don't have weekend at all.
Okay. Every day is work day.
Every day they.
And so does the concept of a walk-in or open kitchen help in any way to build customer confidence?
Open kitchen means ours is always an open kitchen
Yes.
because people can see what we are doing
Yes.
in front of it.
Even hygiene, sanitary.
Everything is taken care. That is how people always love us.
Yes. You mentioned that something really sort of struck you. Would you like to share that and how any message for those to make it better?
See, in Calcutta, you can see the weddings and all with the heavy
Sweets.
and all those
Yes.
things. That preparation of sweets, we should definitely ask them to take care of it.
Yes.
Because those boys are not the people who are not been trained, in fact.
Yes.
What we do is 100% hygiene. What the other day people do is
Not for
somebody has to go to the people should go back and see what is happening behind the kitchen and all
Yes.
those things. That is where I feel that the state has to improve.
Yes. And also, so wastage of food. I have immense respect that you said that you don't even waste a grain in your.
Yeah.
So, did you learn that from your mom, dad, or family?
No, I feel I got it from myself because I always think food is very, very respectable one. We
Yes.
should not waste it. Even
Yes.
water also should not be wasted. So all those things we always keep it in mind because these are all shortages always.
Yes.
And the prices have gone up only because of our wasting our food. What we many of the family we can see that about 15 to 20% of the food is wasted.
Yes.
We should prepare what we require. Even if it is one small portion is short also, we should not bother about it.
Yes.
But wasting food is really, I bug it for myself.
Yes.
And I keep watching our people who are eating, if they eat the full of it and one small piece of idli, they keep it and go. They just, why you are wasting this? I ask them.
And what do you see yourself?
I make them eat it.
So, convenience to customers versus paying a price for delivery service. What's your take on food, like food aggregators like Swiggy, Zomato, sir?
There was an article in our group, Hotel Association group. 35,000 crore is their annual income. That is only because of our laziness. Our family members are laziness. People who don't cook at home, they always like to relax at home and get it done.
Yes.
See, out of which they are making more and more profit than our business people. And they may add, they come and tell us you add 30% and give us 25%. See, ultimately to get that 25% of our volume, we naturally charge our customers. And their behavior is so bad, we cannot understand the way they make the payment. So, and in the payment, they say that this item is missing, that item is missing, and delivery was late, all those things. Then I told them very clearly, we will not take your orders. Now, recently they came and almost 1.5 years I stopped it. 1 year they came for begging and saying that we will not charge you even 0% commission, you can give. 1 year they took it for 0% commission. Then slowly they started adding 15%, 20% like that. Then I stopped it again. Then again they came and saying that you charge 30% extra, give us 25%. Then I said no. And finally, when I stopped, now these people are coming every day. Zomato people and Swiggy people, every day they're coming and saying that, I want you to be on our dashboard. I said, sorry, we are not interested. We have grown up in 60 years. You people have come up 3-4 years back and you are extracting from ourselves. And finally, the delivery boys, horrible, horrible, horrible. They don't have this one at all. They stop the vehicle on the center of the road, they walk in. So we cannot control the crowd like that. So I said, I don't like all these people to behave as a. One of the delivery boy said, because of us, you are surveying, he said. That was the beginning of my stopping. I said, sorry, no more with your challenges and all those things.
So that's, I think the most difficult thing to say nicely is a no. And also something like this is a bold step, sir, from your side.
See, in 50 years of our business, 60 years of business, we have grown up by ourselves, not with their support.
Yes.
This is only additional volume. So that additional volume we don't need.
As people adopt new food habits, do you see this shift as a major marketing challenge?
It is all depends upon the people who opt for. For us, it is not a big challenge. See, ultimately, where you can have other food categories once in a while, not every day. People are being eating our food. Since 1977, a lot of people are eating our idli vada daily.
Yes.
And you don't feel hurt also. Your
Correct.
tummy is always kept very safe. That's all.
So, do you find that there is a trend that people are moving back to lighter and healthier meals? And idli, vada, dosa are something which most dietitians also recommend. So, what's a good balance and what do you feel about this?
That is a must because it's a steamed one and the dosa is also always on the tawa. It will be hot.
Yes.
So you don't feel anything different. Only dosa when it goes, you have to go with a little of
Less
ghee
oil.
or whatever, oil, whatever you say. That's the only thing. But the idli vada and all, it is very always light. I always make a joke of it. Vada is so light because that's it floats.
So, do you also have second generation employees? What's your strategy to retain staff?
See, employees retaining is a challenge,
Yes.
first of all.
Yes.
And how you retain them is more important. You always try to get into their shoe and find out what is their problem.
Yes, get into their minds.
Yes, that is ultimately when I started working and I wanted to be at have more of car or two-wheeler, whatever, I should be like that. Even they have their own desires. We have to fulfill their desires.
So well
Make
said.
them very comfortable so that they will not go. See, this one even in IT industry also there is a challenge of retaining them. So in our field also it is the same thing. So ultimately make them very comfortable so that you also can be comfortable. Our boys are more than 40 years, 30 years, 40 years, 35 years like that. So only the cleaning staff is changing, but that is also of late we have started retaining them. So ultimately, you also be peaceful. Just for holding some small amount of money, if you don't share with them, you will lose it, and ultimately you have to face the music.
Yes. Do you feel your brand has in any way been diluted after the business split some years ago between your brother?
Business is not split at all. It's a different brand itself. See, ultimately, there are about 10 to 15 outlets have come in very surrounding to my places. Nothing has happened. Nothing has changed. People who wants to come to my Brahmins Coffee Bar, they will never go away from us. That is the brand equity. And we love to retain that always. And I will always say with a pride. Because of that only, we always, one of the family member will be in the premises. Without family members, you cannot run the show. You need two people for any business. One has to be in the kitchen, one has to be in the counter, whatever.
So, sir, anything to clear confusion among customers between the two brands? There's yours and the...
No, it all depends upon their area of living. See, for example, if it is very close by to their house, if they are in a hurry, they will go to that place. And if there is any complaint, they will come back to my place and say, sir, you please tell them it was not good or something like that. so that we can also call them and say that you can correct yourself like that.
Yes.
But business-wise, it is always the same.
Okay.
Maybe about 1 or 2% error. That is always there. You cannot say it should has to be perfectly this figure.
Yes.
That you cannot say in hotel
Yes.
industry.
Yes. And so you never looked at expanding it outside from Karnataka?
There are two options in life, either money or fame. I don't want money. I want only fame. So I would like to be always in one unit, satisfy the customers, be satisfied, and make use of your time for your tribe also.
You got a feeling of the business at a very young age. How did that impact your decision to eventually choose to take over the business?
See, when I was in 10th standard,
Yes.
my brother got into engineering. So any one of them has to be in the hotel at that time. So I joined evening college and he came into engineering. So the system at that time, situation made me to go with the situation in the hotel itself. At that time I was feeling 10th standard, I wanted to do chartered accountancy and all those things. But it could not happen. But I was thinking I did not finish my CA, all those things. Then I completed BCom. So my brother completed engineering.
Okay.
So at that time, 5 years went on like that. Got married very next, this one only, the neighbor girl.
Okay.
So that's once you get married, you don't feel like
Yes.
continuing all those
Yes.
things.
Yes.
That's it.
But I like your quote. You said to run a successful business, you don't need a degree, but you need to know the pulse of the customers.
Yes, very true.
So when did you realize this, and what went behind saying this?
See, education and profession is totally different.
Yes.
You can see doctors are funding,
Yes.
engineers are working with some other businesses, all those things. So ultimately, you need a degree as a human being. And business, when it starts giving you more and more, you don't feel like the education background at all.
Yes.
And once you start involving yourself in the business at the younger age, with the family business, so you will always continue with the business only. You don't like to go for studies.
Yes. So you're saying go with the passion.
Passion.
Yes. Also, has your traditional upbringing influenced your journey, especially professionally and personally? Has it influenced you in any way? And if you can give us any example.
I don't think so. But only thing is now my daughter was working with IBM as a MBA student. Then when she was going all the way 40 kilometers driving every day, I called her and one day said, this is much better than a practical MBA. It's a practical MBA. Come down and start with us.
Yes.
Now she's enjoying it.
That's wonderful. Do you see a lack of values, commitment in the younger generation today?
100%. People don't respect at all elders at all. They think that they are the brightest in the world. And the parents, what they have done, they don't like to even look in back also. So that is the worstest situation now.
Yeah.
They think if they start earning 50,000 rupees, they think they are the biggest in the world. So, and they are not respecting the elders at all, which is very, very unfortunate. And that too with the one kid in the family, if they don't support their parents, there's no point in life.
Yes. True, sir. And that's a very sad.
Very sad situations.
Yeah.
I have seen people coming and sitting in my place and eating with a side table and all. They say, my son did not come. I have got a severe problem with the health. He says, I will send money. All those things. And then you can see their tears in their eyes. That really makes me very unhappy.
What impact has your mother had on you, sir? I mean, any lessons from her while growing up? Or any big
See,
decisions
we are all
that
very
you took?
obedient people. We never used to cross their words and all that. The open of their eye only used to say that we should, yes, there's something wrong with me.
So, has she impacted any of your big decisions that you've made in life?
See, at that time, small things, I made a lot of decisions. When the TV came into market, nobody was ready to bring it into my place. I brought TV and VCR. And when I am the first person to get the car into my family. So those are all things they used to scold me. Why are you spending so much of money? All those things. I said, see, these are all a part of our life. I have to get it. That's it. They were all afraid about the income tax people or those things. I said, income tax people will not kill you. until unless you keep your books ready.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
that I will keep it ready and I will go with that.
Yes. So also the postal department's stamp.
Yes.
So how did that feel? So it must have been such a proud moment, right?
That was a wonderful moment in my
Yes,
life.
yes.
55 years, when it was the 55 years, those people came and approached. We wanted to bring out a
Yes.
stamp,
Yes.
special post cover. So I agreed with that. They came out and they did. And the function was on the 27th January on the 55th year. So that was a wonderful moment, and we got a place next to our house only.
Uh-huh.
And the people who came for a function was one of the famous police officer, Bhaskar Rao,
Yes.
and Dharmasthala Virendra Hegde's brother,
Yes.
so Surendra Hegde. So without our knowledge, the minute I did not know how to make the function,
Yes.
they came in front of the hotel, I called them and they immediately came to the function hall. That was a wonderful moment. I, in fact, were not inviting before making a decision. I was worrying, but they respected and came.
So you have it framed, sir?
Yeah.
And why do you think they chose you? Because there are other brands also. So do you have...
In history, I think I have served only two people. One is Vidyarthi Bhavan, that was
Yes.
the first one. Now the second one is ours. I
Yes.
don't know about how they chose us.
Yes.
And it was a very good moment in our
Yes,
lifetime.
yes, congratulations.
Never expected that.
And so what does a typical day look like for you? Like, what is a typical day like? We want to know.
I wanted to be always a Saturday. Because we can see more crowd.
Okay.
Not because of the business angle.
Yes.
To see the people enjoying our food, their smile on their
Yes.
face, coming into I always respect them because in spite of so much of rush,
Yes.
they come and they grab their
Yes.
cup of coffee or
Yes.
breakfast, whatever. That is the most lovable in my lifetime.
So this thing about service that you have, does it also help relieve one's stress and anxiety? Does it make you feel
I always
happier?
say a statement, a change in occupation is called a rest. I don't feel tired at all.
Yes. What are your plans for business expansion, sir? Nothing as of
Right
now?
now I am retired. No question of planning, expansion and other thing.
Okay.
So continue with this is most sufficient and very happy with what we are.
Okay. And were you at any point approached by someone or maybe even a funding or joint development to expand? And what was your response like?
See, I can say that Imami people came and approached us,
Yes.
saying that we are ready to invest 200 crores. We want to start 100 branches on one platform. Only thing is this one was the employees. Number of persons should be like this only. See, in South Indian food, we cannot say what the only number of it.
Yeah.
We cannot scale everything. We have to go with what we want with the staff and other thing.
Yes.
That was the only thing is they were measuring out of the employees, number of employees, how much they can generate for the business.
Yes.
So there we were set back. We went back.
Okay.
And in fact, they called us so many times, come, we'll put money on it, all those things. I said, sorry. Even now people are calling.
Yes.
Many people call us, will give us a franchisee, all those things. Somehow I don't have a feeling of franchisee model. Franchisee model is only to make money. If you don't support them with what they want, what is the name point of franchisee? Franchisee means you have to support with every aspect. They will be there for 2 or 3 months and they come back. The same employee they pull and put into other branches. That is not fair on us. So I don't have that faith in the franchisee model.
But some
Ultimately, you can get some money without your investments.
Yes.
And that I don't like. If somebody gives me free money, I don't want to take it.
So I also think that sometimes maybe if you find the right people who are passionate about your food and really want to, take it to another place and so that even the others
See,
there can
nowadays
enjoy.
Cooking is very, very difficult.
Yes.
We have to involve yourself.
Yes.
If you don't involve yourself, 1 or 2 days you can do, or 1 month or 2 years you can do. If you want to have a continuity in the business, you should know what you have to cook and you should know how to cook. If you don't know how to know about the kitchen behind, you don't involve yourself in the business. Ultimately, the boys of late, they will make money and they run away.
Absolutely, sir.
So why do you waste your time and energy? So sit back and energy what you have.
And so I also know you cook. So what is it that you make very well?
I know all the items what I do, and so naturally I love to do it. When the crowd is more, I indulge myself in putting vada, idli, whatever, and I
Yes.
go to the counter,
Yes.
and that gives me more satisfaction
Yes.
than sitting at the cash counter.
Absolutely. But so is there anything that you experimented and you thought you'll introduce but you didn't?
No, I don't want to do anything because
Unchanged.
when you have so much of business with the only four items, why you
Yeah.
have to make
Yes.
yourself? If I make
Absolutely.
dosa, people will have to wait for the dosa. Dosa you cannot make it multiple like just what you have. So the one who takes for idli vada and waits for dosa there only, you will
Yeah.
not move at all.
Yeah.
So you look only always crowded and you cannot satisfy the people.
Yes.
For example, if people ask for two dosa, if there is only one dosa, the two dosa fellow will start shouting. I have ordered for why are you giving one? But he doesn't know that there is only one dosa at that time.
Yes.
So all those things you can multiply things and you can give faster.
Yes, sir. And so any plans to introduce service tables? Would that
We have put about 4 tables on the other side of the outside the hotel,
okay?
so that people who come with the kid and elderly people, they will go
Yes.
to and stand and all
Yes.
those things.
Yes.
It's more comfortable for them.
So, and do we see you've already spoken about your daughter and your brother's son also coming to the business. So, do we see the next generation trained to carry forward the legacy?
They are already trained. They are able to
Yeah.
do because my brother's son is almost 20-25 years experience. My
Okay.
daughter is already 2 years experience.
Okay.
And I never expected my daughter will be so involved herself in the business.
Yes, sir.
So now I have the confidence. So they will take it to the next level.
Yes, sir.
In fact, she gives me a lot of advices. Let us do all these things. I said, stick to basics. Nothing is more important than
Because when you're young, so you have that
urge.
yes. So when you're successful and there may have been people and community who have helped you along the way, how do you give back to the society?
In fact, in 1975, my father friend used to be very close to the hotel. They used to always tell you should have one house in Bangalore. When you are in Bangalore, living in Bangalore, you should have a house. But my father was always refusing. No, 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 I don't want money. I mean, house and all those things. But they forced him to take by funding him.
Okay.
So that was this one. And during that time, there's a provision store which was very close by. They also used to give some money to build the house. And they said, we will give you, lend the money for getting the provisions, all those things. They gave on credit. So now the whole family people have gone. But only the grandson is there. He is not enjoying the business. So I tell my all elderly people, my family, when they have supported us, we have to support those family. So I started, we can get about 10 to 15% cheaper when we go to the market. But I said, that is his share of money from our side. Let him enjoy. Those people have supported when we don't have anything. So let us not disturb them. And the coffee, in fact, the coffee powder, the coffee became famous only because of them. See, if at all he has given a low quality powder and all those things, our coffee wouldn't have been very famous.
Yes.
So even today, after 60 years also they are giving. He may be charging about 10 to 15% more. I said, don't worry about the pricing.
Yes.
Give support.
Yes.
We have become famous only because of them.
Yes.
So these things we should not forget in our lifetime. We have to look back and say we have to support them.
Absolutely, sir. And do you do also philanthropy work? Other
Lot of
things?
things. My only thing is only to support the society.
Yes.
Given an opportunity, we are doing for some cancer patients,
Okay.
dialysis patients, all those things.
Okay.
Even today, if somebody comes and asks for medical aid, somehow I don't like to support the education, which is a stigma in my mind.
Yes.
Because those who study and complete the studies and go abroad, they will not turn back to India. They will not support anybody. So we have seen so many people like that, and which is very, very horrible thing in their life.
Yes.
They have to let them go for studies and let them work for 1 or 2 years. They come back and study the country which has given everything what not you have in the life. So you people see, for example, when you go to USA, majority CEOs and all those are Indians only.
Absolutely, sir.
Why they have to go and work there? Why don't you come and work here? For them, it is only money means. There is no point in studying here and all those things, which is really a horrible thing in their life.
Yes, it's very
I
sad.
request anybody who is in abroad when they go for studies, Complete your mission, come back and start work for the country. Your country has given everything for you, and your parents always love to be with you.
Yes, absolutely. So well said. What does success mean to you, and how important is money? Can it ever be
Success
measured?
means be satisfied. That's the only thing I always say. Because for some people, making more money is a success for them. I don't agree with money is not success.
Mm.
You should enjoy what you have.
Mm.
See, always compare with construction field people, they get about 400, 500 rupees a day. Are they not making their life? They have more than children what our younger generation people
Yeah.
have. And they are always be happy.
And so, how important is money? Can it ever be measured? Can it be a measure for success?
It is their individual interest.
Mm.
For me, it is only success means work harder, enjoy yourself.
So, just a few questions on money. Would you rather have 10 million today or a lakh per year for life?
Lakh for monthly aim.
Why?
Money, we cannot buy anything. However, one stage we can say, I can spend 50,000 rupees a month or 60,000. If I get 10,000, 10 lakhs, what should I buy? 1 month, 1 year we can do, or 2 months we can do. But continuously we cannot spend. So I don't like it. And if it is more also, we become greedy and our thoughts will change.
Yes, sir.
So I don't want that.
And what's one thing that money cannot buy?
Peace.
How have you taught your children to value money? Is there any lesson that you remember?
See, people, when children learn, depending by our side
Watching.
only, watching
Yes,
us only, they
yes,
will learn.
yes.
So thankfully, my daughter has learned it.
And sir, what's the best thing you've ever bought under 1,000 rupees and that has brought you immense happiness?
My first bicycle.
So sweet. Given how money loses value over time, do we place too much faith in saving rather than investing?
Saving is most important, but spend according to when you need it.
Yes.
But unfortunately, don't spend it extravaganza. Think that it is more important where you can to save.
Yes.
So then you can, about 15% of your income, you save it.
Yes.
That is more than enough for your life.
Yes. And so, early retirement versus enjoying the present. Should we work hard and retire early or live a more balanced life and work longer?
Balanced life is more important.
Yes.
Because if you sit at back home, this one, there's a saying, a wheel's mind.
Yes.
So that will start killing you.
Yes, sir.
You cannot sit at home for a longer time.
Yes. And so, how do different cultures view wealth? I mean, even generations, like now, the generation now and back then. How do they spend it? How do they hoard it? What is your view about it?
But of late, only the bank is the safest method of saving.
Yes.
There is a lot of competition in the business. So if you have good saving with you, don't indulge yourself unless you are confident in your business. Start keeping it at different banks and other things. Small mutual funds and other things can fetch you good income.
Yes.
Relax.
Yes. And so that's my next question. Would you have more money or more free time?
I don't have both. I don't have free time at all. And money is quite sufficient, which is for my life.
Yes, yes, sir. And also, I think people have this notion that money can buy you respect and admiration. I think our deepest desire.
You cannot demand admiration or a respect.
Yes.
You have to earn it. In fact.
Yes, yes. And also, I think you can earn that by even how you treat people.
Yes.
It's not just showing fancy
It is as good
cars.
as looking into a mirror.
Yes.
If you look into your mirror, how you feel, then only you can see the others
yes,
also.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much, sir.